It's June 29, 2023, and this is Pro Wrestling's Best News, where we give it to you the best.
Oh my.
The late Eddie Guerrero was inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame yesterday. The El Paso Times announced Guerrero's induction along with an article chronicling the life and career of Eddie Guerrero, featuring quotes from family and friends, including Vicky Guerrero and Dean Malenko. The El Paso Times said of Guerrero, quote, "In the arena of pro wrestling, Eddie Guerrero was one of the best there ever was at being bad. He was one of the best there ever was at being good. And that begins to explain the genius Guerrero brought to the squared circle." You can read more on this story at elpasotimes.com. AEW was forced to make several television changes this week due to some performers falling ill. Recently, it was reported that AEW officials removed Adam Cole from performing at Forbidden Door due to illness, and now his wife and former AEW Women's World Champion Dr. Britt Baker has also contracted an illness that forced AEW to delay her match against Ruby Soho in the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament. Max Caster also was pulled from a recent AEW Rampage tapings as he was also too ill to perform. Caster shared this news on Twitter saying, quote, "This is what happens when you go out for sushi in Worcester." You can read more on these stories at ringsidenews.com. Fightful Select has confirmed with Conrad Thompson that his annual Starrcast event will be held this year in Chicago during AEW's All Out Weekend. The 6th edition of the annual pro wrestling convention will be held from September 1st through the 3rd, with more details to follow in the coming weeks about what events will be held during the convention, hotel and travel plans, and more. Starrcast 5 was held last year during WWE SummerSlam weekend after a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19 restrictions. You can read more on this story at eWrestlingNews.com. WWE superstar Sami Zayn recently announced a raffle for his Bloodline t-shirt that was autographed by members of the Bloodline as well as other WWE talents, with the proceeds set to go towards his Sami for Syria campaign. However, this shirt was recently pulled by Pro Wrestling Tees, who was hosting the raffle, as they reported that they were given a cease and desist letter regarding the shirt. Sami Zayn and Pro Wrestling Tees have both removed all social media posts referencing the raffle. Pro Wrestling Tees has made no announcement on which company or person sent the cease and desist letter. You can read more on this story at eWrestlingNews.com. That's Pro Wrestling's best news for today. Please subscribe to the Spanish Announce Table at SpanishAnnounceTable.net to get daily content like this news, podcasts, match reviews, and suggestions and more delivered right to your inbox.